This ghost town you see here was once submerged under 70 feet of water. The ghost town of St. Thomas is located just north of Lake Mead along the Muddy River. It was established originally in the 1860s, and later on down the line after Hoover Dam was built in the 1930s, Lake Mead started to fill, and it filled fast. It was only a matter of time before this town got in the way of rapidly rising water levels. Today we check out the remaining structures of St. Thomas. Alright, ladies and germs, this is exactly what we came here to see! Looks like this was an old fence at one point in time. Pretty cute. Let's go check it out. This one used to be a 2-story house at one point in time. Looks like we got a little crawl space down here. I kind of want to crawl through there, but I don't want to get bit in the ass. We'll walk around it real quick and then I'll consider going in. This used to be a house. Wow. Love seeing stuff like this. It's just like from another time. Ooh, a lizard. Hey, come here, buddy. I better not touch that. Don't want to move anything. And the thing, this was pretty much an underwater world at one point in time. So fascinating. I do believe this was a well. Oh, wow. Hello! Yeah, you would not want to fall down there. You would not be getting back up unless someone comes out here. Even so, they might just be a dick and not let you up. All right, let's just poke our head through a little bit here. Neato. I'll show you guys a photo because there's a photo on that plaque over there that shows what this house originally looked like back in the day. Here's what she looked like, boys and girls. 2-story house. The family that lived there. Let's see what we got here. I hope nothing bites me in the ass. I don't think anything will. All right. Do a quick pan for you guys here. Wow. Well, that definitely would have kept you out of the sunlight, and I can definitely feel it's a little bit cooler in here. Looks like this one would have been a little bit bigger than the schoolhouse. Another little structure over there. Oh, a lizard. Hi, mate. How you doing? He probably thinks I can't see him now. We'll get as close as we can without pissing him off. You're all right, mate. You're all right. Holy shit. That guy darted off. All right, folks. We made it to the ice cream parlor and grocery store. Can I get a mint chocolate chip ice cream cone? So here's what remains of it today, and I'll show you guys a picture on the plaque over here of what it looked like back in the day. Groceries. Oh, at one point they did have gasoline too. That I did not know. I love coming to places like this because there really is no such thing as a time machine, and going out to old ruins like this is pretty much the closest thing that you get. 2 visitors at St. Thomas stand among what remained of the Hannick ice cream parlor in the 1930s. Yep, so that definitely coincides with the photo. This would have been up here, and that one would have been up there as well too. How about that? Got the well back there. Take a step back in time to the early 1900s. I don't know about you guys, but to have a grocery store out here, I understand that. But to have an ice cream parlor, I was not expecting that. That's something pretty bougie for back in its time, if you ask me. Now, we don't have a time machine, so that means we can't go back in time and see what things truly were like out here at one point in time. But one thing's for sure, they must have been rich or high class because they had disposable razors. Who'd have thought? Just kidding, they didn't have disposable razors back then. All right, it looks like the next structure is right over there. Let's go. All right, now this one definitely had to be the hotel. I thought I saw the hotel back there, but this one just, I don't know, it has that look to it. This one was the school. Maybe they had 2 schools, because I'm pretty sure the one back there I thought was a school as well. You can see the stairs right there, and this is what it looked like when it was originally built. And now, this is what it looks like to this day. Those stairs are actually in pretty good shape. See if we can walk around and take a peek inside. See if we can find any desks, school bells, any homework, late assignments. You know the drill. Can you just imagine an operating school out here in the early 1900s? Bells, students, teachers, lunchtime, recess, story time. Getting a whooping by your teacher if you talked back, because I assume that probably happened out here. Happened in my high school, although they didn't have whippings because, you know, that's illegal now. So I recently found an old interview online with a former resident of St. Thomas, and she mentioned that the first floor of the school building was specifically for schooling, while the second story actually had a stage and a dance floor and was used for recreation purposes. And because the town of St. Thomas didn't have a church, they held church services up there as well. The back entrance to the school, where kids would come out here and they would go out in the field and play stickball or kickball or racquetball or whatever it was kids did back in the day. According to this plaque right here, looks like what we got right here is what's left of sort of a general merchandise store. Not a whole lot left of this one, just the foundation. Looks like this probably would have been the front right here. The front door would have been, looks like maybe right there. I don't know. Not much left of the general merchandise store. Now supposedly, this, from what I've read on the other plaques, this is where the hotel was, so I hope I'm not disappointed here. Look, this would have been a cute little fence back in the day. Use trees to kind of, create an outline of the property. Oh, it looks like it is. It looks like it is. Rest Weary Traveler. So this is the Gentry Hotel. We found it. I thought there would have been a little bit more of it left. Made completely out of brick. That's pretty fancy too for back in the day. The influential Gentry family owned and operated the 14-room hotel where it is reported that several governors and senators, as well as President Calvin Coolidge, enjoyed. Calvin Coolidge was out here. Nice. You, ladies and gentlemen, are looking at the remains of what used to be a hotel. You can see all the bricks here from back in the day, just crumbling and all falling apart. I bet you can find so much of this building downstream too, because when Hoover Dam came in, they said, day by day it would go higher and higher and higher in all the monsoons and, gushes of water. I bet you could find stuff from like this little town all the way down the river and in Lake Mead as well. This used to be a hotel. Thought I saw a face on here. Doesn't it kind of look like a face? Yes or no? So from taking a look at this, you can definitely see all the bricks scattered out around the foundation there, and then these little parts right here, looks like those were probably it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, quite a few of them. Looks like this is the last structure here. I guess there's like more foundations and more remains all kind of throughout the area too, but the areas where the houses and buildings were, they try to keep them as well preserved as possible. This was probably just another house. Front entrance right there. Honey, I'm home. Side entrance right here. Man, there's like lizards everywhere. They're scaring the crap out of me. Hey, buddy. All right, we'll let you be. Give you guys another view of the house here. Just imagine a dining room, kitchen, bathroom, family room, entertainment room, study room, dens. Compared to how some people did live back in the early 1900s, this was probably considered the high life. After kind of seeing these structures here, it almost kind of makes you wonder if we should go back to building houses like this. The town of St. Thomas was actually underwater, I think, 3 times since the early 1950s, and at one point it was under 70 feet of water. Granted, a lot of it has washed away and kind of broken off here and there, but the foundation, the structures are still holding up. I know houses that were built 30 years ago that look like pieces of crap as of right now. This was built in the early 1900s, and it's still holding up, especially the stairs. They had it figured out back then. All right, so Mormon settlers first founded the place around the 1860s. Farming is what brought them here, and they were sent here by one of their Latter-day Saint leaders, if you will. And basically what happened is they lived here for quite a few years, and they didn't know that they were actually in Nevada, not Utah. And after a little while later, Nevada officials found out that they were living here, and they basically said, yo, you owe us money, pay us or leave. So basically what the Mormon settlers then did is they pretty much said, you know what, we're kicking rocks, and they adios out of there. But they did come back around the 1880s and kind of reestablish the area, and that's when things really got popping out here. Well, technically only until Hoover Dam got built, and then they all became fucked. As construction for Hoover Dam began, it only took about a few years for water to start reaching the town of St. Thomas. Residents knew that the end was near and eventually they would have to relocate. As the water got closer, residents started tearing down their homes and heading out. The last resident to leave St. Thomas was Hugh Lord, leaving in June of 1938. It's been stated that just before Hugh left, he lit his house on fire and then left by boat. Talk about going out with a bang. Since the town began to flood in the early 1930s, the first time St. Thomas emerged from its watery grave was in 1952, again in 1965, and last emerged in 2002. And judging by the way things look at Lake Mead and Hoover Dam today, it's safe to say St. Thomas will never see water again. Alright guys, so before you click off my video and go watch one of Mr. Beast's videos, I just want to say, if you're into exploring abandoned buildings, ghost towns, and things like that, then click the playlist that's going to pop up in the next few seconds, and you can continue binge watching content that I have of places like that. And hey, if you didn't think this week's video completely sucked, go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.